Well, have we got the cards tonight? 110, I even counted. So I decided that for those of you procrastinators like me who haven't done your Christmas cards yet, this would be a good time. Now is the time to be thinking about it and kind of get a plan. But I also know
because Halloween is over.
Some of you, like Kathy Oss, has hers done back in March. You might be looking for ideas for next year. And I know some of you others like to do 10 of one kind, 10 of another. And so, it's all fun. So do screenshots along the way as you see things that you like. So the only announcements I have tonight is that there is a new host code. And you can always find that. And I think, welcome to November. We are all
sure that's
cozy
it?
here.
That looks like the old one.
Oh, no, I think that's it.
Well, but okay, but Karen. No, I think it is.
You think it's the old one?
I think it is.
Well,
I remember.
It's on my blog. It's on the Facebook page.
Karen, I remember that.
Okay. In trying to clean up, I might have just gotten rid of the wrong thing, but that's okay. Life is short. We're going to roll with it. and a comment that I want to make tonight, we're looking at Christmas cards, and what we would love to hear are your stories of special Christmas cards that you've received, what they meant to you. This kind of gets into the whole nostalgia of Christmas. I just love it. Or cards that you've made and you've given to someone and you've just gotten this really sweet response. All of those are just so fun to share with each other. I'll be trying to watch comments, but I come back afterwards and look at all the comments too. But I think part of this whole tradition of making and sending cards at Christmas is just to let people know that we love and care. So, okay, let us. Kathy says, you give me too much credit. My cards are done, but not in March. That's because you don't go on vacation in March anymore. So, okay. She used to go on vacation and do all of her cards with her. Frida says, in British Columbia, it is really cold and windy. We are so glad to have you here. And from all over, it's been a little bit rainy here, but boy, we could use a lot more rain. So what I did is I just looked through for Christmas cards, and some of the stamp sets and things that I have are good for things beyond Christmas. So I didn't pull out those cards because they'll be winter cards we can look at later. This is going to be the last chance, all looking at a row of specifically Christmas cards. So I thought that would be fun.
And I think British Columbia weather comes our direction. I think it does.
Does it?
Saskatchewan weather comes our direction. So.
Well, see what we know, but okay, I'm impressed. Catherine says she's mailed her Thanksgiving cards. Okay, I'm doubly impressed with whoever does Thanksgiving cards. So put that on here too. I am just amazed when you do that. But okay, I think just the power of a card, what we do to use our own interests, our own hobby to make a difference to other people is pretty cool. So we're going to start with.
Not my cards.
We're going to wait first. We're going to do some of the online exclusives. So I figured we would start with those and get rid of this bundle here.
Okay, do you want me to hold something? Because you're going to drop those.
I think I'm okay. I'm going to put my arm here and we're going to try our best. Okay. So this adorable, filled with cheer. I think this is so cute. And so this is a big tag. Now, a couple of things. This is black and white ribbon. Did you know you can color it? You can use your Stampin' Blends and color, or you can use an ink pad. You can use anything and color it and let it dry. And so there it's red and black.
Okay, so it was white and black before?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, isn't that cool? And look at this. That is adorable how it pops up like that. To you and yours. Happy holidays to you and yours. I think that is really a sweet card.
Did somebody make that?
Yep.
Give them credit.
Well,
oh no.
If their name has disappeared, the name has disappeared. If you were on here, do let us know. But if they aren't attached, it's hard to sometimes keep them together. But I think that is just adorable. Okay, I'm going to give them to you to move somewhere else. Now here is another one. This guy. So this is perfect for those of you who do like to color. I just think it's so cute with the melting snowman and the little. Isn't that just a fun card? Oh, and this is interesting because it's the same large tag, but now going sideways. And instead of a tag, like this would be like a bookmark. This has a bow over it. How cool is that? And this is, and the words are inside, this is Holly Peterson.
Can I just say, I want to say that I think I was traumatized by that cartoon of the melting snowman when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's kind of a sad picture.
Well, he's not sad about it. So why are you?
I know. I know. Because he doesn't know what's going to happen. I do.
That's so true.
And that sled. That is an old sled that we used to have.
Oh, it totally is. Oh, I've got two more. These are done in blues. Oh, you know what? Let's put these side by side ones just to see how the coloring changes, because I'm going to put all of these out. They all have green trees, but we do have a couple of different greens. We have different hats. It's just fun to see how different things get colored. Okay, so we've looked at those two. We'll come back to this one. And this has a little ruffly ribbon down the side. And this is all done on blues. A warm hello. That really totally fits with this. I love that in here because it is melting. Isn't that fun? Like a winter card with a warm hello. I think it'd be fun to have a snowman without the Christmas tree because it would be a whole wintry thing. But it could be a tree afterwards when you put it outside. We used to put our Christmas tree outside and put peanut butter on pine cones and things like that. The kids, we'd do all that, and then we put it out for the birds after Christmas.
Back when we used to have snow in the winter.
Yes. So I guess we could do that. I could cover that with little, because we like doing story cards. I think that's pretty fun. Patty said she's made several Christmas cards, and now she just needs to do the special ones. That's a really good point, because sometimes there are just special people that are just special in your life you want to do a little more for, or there might be fellow crafters who totally appreciate what you do and they're fun to create things for. So whatever. This is Betty Weisbrook. And this one, I was going to show the two ribbons here. See the ribbon here goes all the way down. The ribbon here is a little stretch around that. So I just love pointing out all the things. Now here, this one's put in a big circle. And notice the coloring on this one. You can do the little shading with the soft. This is the light pool party. But you see how that looks shaded? She's put it on the snow down there too. And even this, the warm hello, has got the little fingers going over it. This is Judy Anderson. Oh, she's on my team.
So is that scarf the same pool party?
Yes. Well, actually, no. It looks, no, because, that's interesting, Tim. I'm glad you noticed that. This would be balmy blue. And see how this is balmy blue and this is pool party. And at first glance, you could look at these and think, they don't go together at all.
I was wondering if that was balmy blue.
Yeah. But isn't that cool? And then they're just brought together in that and the green. So you've got the three colors tied in there. Oh, Kim needs to finish up wedding thank you cards before you begin your Christmas cards. So did you just get married? Are they for you?
No, it's
your wedding thank you cards? That is awesome.
From, 2 years ago.
No, Tim just maybe it's been 2 years ago. Okay, and then this is fun too. This is right here from just that stamp on here. And I think this is really cute how we've got the different papers right there. And another really fun card from Leslie Bumgarner. All right.
And tell me about this, because this hasn't been used yet, has it?
No, this goes into the wagon we have dies for from another stamp
from
set.
Another stamp.
So they could be used here, but also could be used in there. And then you could put your presents in. So it's like a mix and match things. You could hang the string of lights on the wagon. Oh, cool things. I don't know if the melted snowman would do so well in there, but but the gifts would. So, okay, you're going to get rid of those as we pass through them.
Okay.
Now, I have a lot of beautiful cards with this sled, and I love this sled. This is the kind of sled we still have it in the garage. Oh, I was going to go take some pictures of it with. Remind me, Tim. You help me remember, because I thought some of these cards would be fun to put with it. But I only have one that is specifically Christmas. I look at this. I would use a sled card for a wintry card.
You want me to do that now or later?
Yeah, that's right. But I love the skates, for having the skates. So to me, this is just more wintry. And I love I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. What a great sentiment. And then let it snow. And we've got the little cardinal. But I think this is beautiful done as Christmas. Let's decorate the season with happiness. Isn't that a fun saying? Oh, I think that's very cool.
Yay all the way?
Yay all the way. And this has lost its name too. If we find any assorted names along the way, that I'll be showing more sled cards later, but these are the ones with the
there's
Christmas.
Only one for this one?
Only one. Yep. And only one for this one. This is the Naughty and Nice. And this is the only card I have from this, but I thought this is so cute. From the North Pole Elves. So do you see how we have the circle?
Mm-hmm.
And then do you see we have the hat up there? And then the feet down there.
Oh,
Isn't that
so
cute? I think what a cute little fun card. And then the two circles. This is Melissa Faust. I think what a fun card.
So that's what it was made for, is this.
I think it's made for anything. You can put anything in there.
But it's very cute.
And this is from the kitchen of Mrs. Claus. I've seen this done. You know, we have that Mrs. Claus on the cookie cutter from the kitchen. How perfect is that to go with if you do baked goods and give someone? In my opinion, if I do baked goods, it looks like a baked goods, and then you open it and it says enjoy coffee and dessert on me, and it's a gift card. That's how I do. But anyway, I think that is beautiful. And then Rebecca says, my sister's the naughty, I'm the nice, because they're both on here. So they can.
No, I don't think so.
What I find interesting is that LeVar and Rebecca are sisters, and they're just not names I would expect to hear in the same family. So I always find that really intriguing, because names are a whole nother thing that's just so fun. Oh my goodness, Patty says, she's in South Carolina and they had to turn on their air. Oh, just think of the different weather all over. Okay, this one we're going to settle in for because I have a bunch. This is the Golden Greenery. There are dies to go with this and paper. So they're all just mixed together. And it's beautiful. This shows the paper done as a star quilt like that, where you just do the little rays going out. Isn't that lovely? You know, this looks like a quilt card too. So I think that's really fun. And this is Sue Kemper Miller.
I think I've made one. We've done that kind of a card, haven't we?
LeVar says, thank you, Tim. And Rebecca says, Tim, whose side are you on? No. Oh, and then look at this lovely card. And a lot of these are from the paper. There's vellum paper to go with this too. So this is vellum. And then there are dies that you can cut it out. Or if you're like me, you fussy cut. This is adorable. This is Lisa Schmid. Another shout out to a team member. But I think this is so pretty at the stair step, and wishing you a Merry Christmas. I just love that. And that's going to be a real piece. Tomorrow I'm going to switch and put Christmas cards up behind me in the mantle, because we got to enjoy those for the season. Were you just thinking that? I was going to do it, and then I thought I'd have to take them down to show them tonight. So I just better get this done first. Okay. And then this one is Linda Bowen. Love and Joy. And I want to point out here in more of these dies, do you see how this was one die that she cut apart and put as two placeholders on the side for that. So that's pretty fun. Now here, this paper is just stunning, and the paper stands alone too. I have used a ton of this paper, way more than I've used this. Let's see how much I've used the stamp set. I haven't even used the stamp set. Mine is so pristine, but I have made tons of cards out of the paper because I don't mind fussy cutting.
I guess you've used mine.
But this is a fractured card. And I thought what was fun about this, I like that these two match and then these two match. So it's just kind of a little different play on that. And this is the words. There's a word set with this too, and they've got some nice big words. Oh, and this one's, no, it's probably this one. See, it's just loose. That's where it's hard to keep in touch. Tree Westerman. Okay, here comes another one. Oh, keep noticing all these cutouts. And then the dies with this, those tag dies are with the dies that go with the word set with this too. But this is pretty too, and just the colors, same paper. When she did the inside nicely. Sharon Bulk.
Now that's interesting how it's on just white paper.
Yeah, and it's just a way of layering. You know, it's interesting to have this be a little larger and this coming down the center. Yep. It's a really simple layout that I use over and over. Tomorrow you will see I'm putting up a video on the paper pumpkin alternatives, and I've used an idea similar to this. And I turned paper pumpkin into a dozen alternative cards, and a lot of them were just quick and easy because I wanted to talk about how you can spread your things out and just look at it. And then if you have some go-to card ideas in mind, it's just really easy to whip up a whole bunch. Now this one's pretty. This is Sandy Carlson. What's going to go in there?
Card.
Yep, a
Gift
gift card.
card.
And I thought, what a fun gift card holder. So that's going to go in the front, and we have the season's greetings. And then you'll open it, and your message will be inside.
Yep.
And this is Sandy Carlson. This. Oh, good. Sweet. Jeanette says she really enjoys when we share all these crafty card ideas from others. So, yeah, that is a fun idea to split the die. Rebecca, yeah, I just think, I could look at cards just all day long because you keep noticing different things. Now, here's that same tag back again. And then this other tag that we've been seeing. And look how this is put this way and then stamped and put on. This is Monica Gilberti.
And to me, they look like salt and pepper shakers, but they're not.
Oh, but they could be. You could, but you could turn them into that. That would be really
so.
cute. And you have a big set and then a little set. That would be a fun, nostalgic card to give to someone who collects salt and pepper shakers. Or I think a lot of us had parents. Does anyone here know anyone that's collected those?
Had parents.
Oh, what?
A lot of us had parents.
Yeah, but I think it was that. I remember going to lots of homes.
Oh yeah.
And my family didn't. But do you guys know? Did your family collect those? And I thought, wouldn't that be a fun nostalgia gift to give to a friend, if they're family? So, it's really fun to think outside the box. So we have Tim to thank for that.
Thimbles.
Yes.
Thimbles all over there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then the teaspoons, the travel teaspoons. Oh, you guys, okay, what else did you collect? And then, this is the actual paper. This paper, you can see how some of it is foiled. So this is the same size as this in the die. So as you can see, the die cuts this out, but I just fussy cut these when I made cards because I just fussy cut a whole bunch of these because I don't mind doing that. But I just wanted to show the two different aspects there. But this is, your basic layout that is just always so great with the strip and then your accent. Can never go wrong with that. And this is Lori's Service. Jean says she loves how Tim sees things the rest of us don't. Well, I think he's sitting there and just looking for that. We used to play Boggle, not very many times. But remember if we were playing as a family with the kids? Tim knew he would never win. So his goal was always to find the most interesting, unique word. Mm-hmm. But that's a really fun way to play something, to look at it. Because if you can come up with something unique, then that's kind of your own little winning strategy. Marcia says her mother-in-law collected salt and pepper shakers years ago. Oh, and Carla, her sister did. Isn't that fun? And that is a collection I have totally forgotten about. But now I just remember all those curio cabinets with all that. Now, I think this is also beautiful, too, with just the green. And this is done, this background, for those of you in the All Good Cards Club, we just did a whole class on all kinds of things with using the block stamping. And this is another idea. I hadn't realized that, or I would have pulled it out to share during the class. But here's another reminder of that. Isn't that cool? It's just one thing behind the others. And I thought, oh, that's really lovely, too. And this has lost its name. I work really hard to try to keep them together, but at some point I just can't. Okay, and here we have again, Marianne Grimmer. When they're on with Post-it notes, it's so perfect because then you'll see. Now look at this interesting way of making a ribbon flat, so it's not going to cost more to mail. On this one, you still might put a cover over it because it still has a little bounce. But isn't that a cool idea of doing a ribbon?
Or just do this.
Yep, or do it inside out. You're right.
Because that works.
Yep, it does. And I just really like that. And here again, these are the vellum ones. So this paper comes in both vellum and regular. I got both because they're really fun to layer with. Okay, and then we have this one. I just wanted to notice that this side by side. So this one, we've got a gold one under it, and then the green here, and then all put on this paper. And this is a gatefold card, folds in the middle. This has lost its name too. And then this one with the same, and this done with a gold paper. I think this is really striking. Now, I would use this card not as Christmas, although I wanted to point out, I really liked how she did the two different labels, the Merry and then the Christmas. I think this would be a beautiful, it feels wintry with the gold, but it's very classy. I think this would be pretty sympathy card, birthday card, any kind of card. I really just like the 1-2 accent, a little gold going across on that pretty paper. So I think that is really stunning. And this is Julie Salva. Okay, that's that part.
It. All right.
Then I have, this is really a fun, this is an online thing, but I gave away my stamp set, so I didn't have to do this, to someone in the fine line who made a bunch of cards and did a presentation. So I do that. If I don't have a card, I do that. So I'm just going to show these. So I realized I didn't order a new one, and I haven't yet. But isn't this fun? Tim's one. He's got to find a place in this room to stack some more things. But look how cool this is. To see how that's bent over there. We will do a card like this soon, because I know I've had more requests for that. But isn't that pretty? So we're going to line up. This is Kelly Burkhart. This next one is Lisa Schmid. Second one by her. And I am not even sure how she did this tree, but I absolutely love it with that plaid looking.
Is it on wood?
No, but it's a double layer.
Yeah,
it's a layer on top of the base layer, and it's using the striped paper, like going two ways. And then this, I think that is stunning. Lisa, I'm totally impressed with your card.
So am I.
Okay, so that's really fun. And then, here. So this is kind of showing, now here we go, totally different colors. How cool is that? You can see how these are layers. Like this is a base layer. This is one topping that comes from the tree. And then this is another one, and this is another one. So there's 3 different things you could put on top. Look, I think there's actually 4. So look at that. This is Amy Wilson. And I really love what she did on the inside. This little thin little "to you and yours" just makes the inside, and then you'll write down there. But I just thought that was so sweet. And then the other 2. So notice these 1, 2, 3. That isn't the same as this, is it? No, it's not.
How do you know? I mean,
well, I don't think so. And then there's this one. I
think it is.
I don't think so, though, because I don't see all those things. So, and I don't have the stamp set. So one of you could tell us, one of you who owns this, or has, and it's online. I can't look it up in the catalog, but I'm going to look at both of these, because you'll see this is the other one. And what's interesting about both of these, they're not placed on the base. Do you see how this one is done over here as an aside? So it's just looking like trees. And here's that beautiful painted forest behind. But I think this is really stunning. I love the darkness of this. And then on the black, let's see, this is Carol Payne. And look what she did on the inside. How fun. And then this one too is gold. And look how classy this is. And neither of these are just the outlines put against. She's put that against that snowy folder. So do you see how that looks? So it's just very delicate and rich looking. And that's that plaid. I think, again, elegant. I think that is just absolutely adorable. And this is Susan Camfield. So very cool. And then I have a couple that I'm just going to show because this is from paper that we still have this year. It's in the main catalog, but it has this reindeer set, and it's Christmas. It's called Christmas something, but I love how simple this is. Wishing you a season of cheer. And again, instead of making it Christmas, to me, this is just a beautiful winter card for any reason.
Are they supposed to be that kind of hidden in the image?
It is. It's all very, and you can see it's been embossed over with snowflakes.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can tell that, which makes it even a little more subtle.
Yeah.
So to me, I just think that is just a gorgeous. And look, it is just a layered card. It is so simple. Anna says it's her first time watching us live. How fun. Well, we are so glad to have you here. Welcome. Yeah, all those tree cards. I loved trees and anything to do with nature. And one more tree card. And I don't remember which one this came from, but this is one of the online sets that has the, we showed a whole bunch of cards with this recently, but isn't this fun? Christmas, joy, and love to you. And that's missing its thing. But this is interesting too, because she's got the words up here and then a little tiny words down here. And this is recessed in. Those are cut out.
It's very cool.
And the green under is where you see it. So when she did that, it also means she had a white Christmas that she cut out to use on another card. So whenever you use something like this, it's just perfect because you can work on 2 cards at one time. And I like her cute little inside there too. I love looking at cards and just looking for the ideas to talk about what people did.
This really looks like, with that ribbon up there, this looks like a ball that you hang on your Christmas tree, a glass.
Oh, it does. Tim, you're just full of it. That is, and that could be the ornament on top. It does. It could look like an ornament.
Yeah.
And those are trees just stamped in. And then this one, I just put here because this is the one that just is a fun way, a little something just for you. So a fun way of doing a little gift card that I've struggled a little to put back in, but I had to put that in there. Okay, perfect. It's supposed to go really smoothly.
Yes.
All right, now we're going to go to the catalog.
What's that? Dip it over. Drip it.
Dip it over.
Dip it.
It would actually be nice if I had another
Place
catalog.
to
Oh, I do, right here.
Another place to sit.
Yeah. We need a bigger house for our lives, Tim, because
Yes.
I'm running out of room. So is this bringing up memories for you guys of times? How many of you made Christmas cards with your kids? You know, and if your kids like a long time ago or now, if you have kids.
Are you going to
But
a
we used
certain
to always
page?
do that. I am. I'm looking for where it really starts here. I'm just paging through the catalog. We are going to start with.
Help me get that.
Yes. Okay. Because see, this is what Tim is going. Oh, I'm going to hold this up. This is what Tim is
was
holding to
not
try to find the
dropping.
cards for.
Am I really
So,
going to hold that?
You're going to hold
You're
that.
gonna
You're
trust
gonna,
me.
yeah.
Oh my.
So let's see. Look
Mercy.
at that. So we're going to go first to page 24, 25. So here we have this beautiful embossing folder. We have these fun. Yes, good. You got those out. We've got these fun words and dies for words. And then we've got peaceful evergreens. I just love this. So we've got the insides of the trees, the branches, and the outsides. And look at all those stamps. So this is a beautiful set. We're going to look at a bunch of these. This one is highlighting the background, those trees. So the trees just do the work. And then just adding a really elegant sentiment.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And this, I'm just going to point this out. This is later in the catalog, but it's in the catalog, but this Be Merry, but isn't that pretty? So that just kind of becomes the focal point. Oh, when she's done all that in the inside, what a lovely soft inside. This is Julie Davison. Carla said she's starting a tradition with her grandchildren. Oh, I love that. This is the time to, yes, start traditions. It's really, and Holly said her son used to love designing cards with her when he's a teenager. Just think of those memories. I think, how fun is that? And I love this card. Look how fun it's like looking through the circle. This looks like a snow globe. This could easily be like a snow globe, but it's looking through the circle. And I love how when you open it,
It's just,
you see the full tree.
and the full, whatever they call those things, where you
Oh, yes,
run it through
yes.
the-
So that's the snow embossing folder again. And look at this tree. This is a two-step, or this is built into the stamps here, but she stamped the large one in, so it looks like a two-step. She stamped the large one in Old
Right.
Olive, and then the smaller one in Mossy Meadow. And it looks like the inside, it just looks blended together. And then the cute little cardinal there. I think that is adorable. And another one with no cards. If they have no names,
name.
I have shown them once and their names have since fallen out because I don't go put them all back into their containers. And here's another one. We have got this, the same little tree stamp done in black, but just markered behind there.
That's so
Isn't that a
cool.
cool background? And then this peace and joy comes from right up here, that little thing. And that plaid background again.
Another one.
Another one. And then we have this one. This is Amy Rich.
I think
You know,
I
we're
think
always
they've
saying-
all been from Amy Rich.
Yeah, no, but it's always suggested that we use Post-it notes, and this is why, because then they stay with them. So, but this is fun because it just tucks in right there. And this is that same
Ooh,
little card right here. And then look how cool that is.
very cool.
So I love that. And I thought, what a fun full card. And that's just the little latch. We love things that latch and then you can just stay flat like that. But I think that is beautiful.
And you're going to put them back together.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys are all welcoming Anna or Anna, however your name is. And she's saying, thank you for the nice welcome. That is so fun. Any of you who are here for the first time, do a shout out. Let us know that you're here for the first time.
And we'll shout
it's fun.
back.
So here's another. Do you see this label here again? Look at this fun label. And she's got the ribbon going right through it and extends right through that fancy label back. And then this background is this embossing folder, and it has Wink of Stella on the top. And again, to me, this would be a beautiful birthday. I'm saying these a lot of, actually this one, oh yeah, in here, maybe this didn't need to be a Christmas, but it felt like it. This is Janice Waitman.
Do you know why I'm laughing?
No, why are you laughing?
Because you're leaning the whole thing
Oh,
forward.
I can't sit still.
And I had this on there.
And it almost fell.
Yes.
Oh, you saved the day, Tim?
I did.
Oh, I'm impressed. Okay, look at this watercolor one. So here we have this same embossing folder. And then do you see how that's little bits of watercolor? I think that's really a stunning, fun way of doing this. And let's see, this is...
The key word is little bits, because you can just drown those.
You could, but I just love those.
That's really
I think that is just so fun. And she's using a couple different colors. I need to try that because I've never done that. That would be a cool thing. And then we can think of some other, with flowers and some other things that would be fun too. And then this one is Total Elegance, and it's just got this gold Laura Mulligan. And I think this is so pretty. Here is another. Here is this. So we have most of these covered here, but I thought, isn't that pretty too? And you see the little lines at the end, the little holes you can put the ribbon through. And look how cute that is. So she's got the ribbon going through and then fold like that at the end. And since it's just tied with twine, it's not too big. And I love just the little trim with this fancy paper. So it's just a very elegant card.
Very nice.
Okay, then next.
Page 26, 27.
I'm going to go to Reindeer Days. This is another one I have a ton. So it's interesting, because I get these cards in swaps. So you can tell by this what a lot of people bought, because they bought things that they're going to do their swaps with. So I think this fun. So we're going to settle in for this one. This is so cute. Jenna said she loves following along. So good. So if you're your catalog, you can just do this. I love this card. This is Tracy Bauer. And here's that white thing. Oh, so that came from here that we have the trees behind. Oh, it's in the wrong pile. So forget that one. I just showed it as an extra, but it really belongs in here.
Should we start?
But that's okay. Yeah. But I love this. Now, these trees must be from, they're right there. Look at them all marching in a row.
I think they're planted.
Well, they look like they're marching. But it makes me think of
maybe the reindeer is marching.
And then this adorable reindeer, and may your days be full of cheer. And that bright little patch behind there. I think that is just so cute. Just a great card, Trace.
She's watched too many cartoons from
these are
Disney.
These are in no particular order. So this is this paper is really fun too. But I love this prancing along. This is the Merry Christmas. And this is just making use of the paper. I think that is awesome. Sandy Reese.
Very nice. Here
is another one with the paper. And you're going to recognize here, this Merry Christmas is that one we saw before. With those fancy things, but I love how the little peppermint dot is. Look how she's used the peppermint dots for the holly. And this must be, you see, this is part of, there's a whole bunch of dies in this. And I think that added little treat is just really fun.
And this looks
Lynn Feldkamp.
And that looks just about Norwegian.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, very much does. So very cool. Okay, now we come back to this one. This one is Terry Gaines. And again, we've got this deer head in the wreath. And then this is the wooden kind of the timber look. And then your line in the Happy Holidays. I think that is just a gorgeous card. Absolutely gorgeous. Patricia says, trees can do whatever they want. Yeah, in my story, they can. So in my... I know, it's so funny. And now here... this is the dies, and this is also in the paper. So you can cut the dies out with the paper, but this one is stamped and colored in. And I think that's so cute. Christmas is better together. Another sweet card. And let's see, I'm gonna look for names for Sean Perez. Notice the base of this is a strip card. We've got 3 strips, and she's put little tags at the bottom. And we have that adorable reindeer. Now, these would make great cards for hunters
I know.
too. Would be, and you wouldn't need to do them as Christmas cards. So you think about that. But I really like this. Looks like you're gonna mount and display it, like it's the photo in the room.
And when I think of Sean, I think of that kind of a vibe.
Oh, okay.
Don't you?
I don't know.
I do.
Okay. And this time we have him peeking out. Here's that same die up there. And this time he's peeking up through there. And here we've got the berries again and one little peppermint candy right in front. And this is like framed again. Oh, very fun. This is Rachel Trout.
Ooh, and look at the string of lights.
Yeah, all the lights behind. Aren't these just fun cards? These are just, I think, so fun. And, every time you look at cards too, you just see different things. Yeah, that really does look very Norwegian.
Mm-hmm.
And we see this plaid coming up over and over. I love this plaid. But here we have this Merry Christmas. And here you can just cut the paper apart. So these would be like 4x4s. And you just want to make sure something sweet is centered. Something, isn't that cute? I just like it because that's
a cup.
Ooh, I never noticed the cup of coffee there. Would this be fun to actually put a coffee card in it?
Yeah.
A card for coffee and say, did you find the coffee? Make a little comment about it. That is really cute. This is Robin Scherzer. And she did it beautiful on the inside.
That's so cool.
Oh, yeah, this does look like another ornament card. And hanging this way would look exactly like an ornament. Yep. You could turn that into a deer ornament. Love that. Okay, here we go again. And
that's where all the names go.
I know, they fall apart. This is Kim Allen. But here again, letting the paper do the work. And that's the one that you notice. And see, there's no cup on this one. So that's interesting. And the fun little Merry Christmas here. Next, isn't it amazing to see so many out of one? And this is Julie Salva. And this is really fun, cut out and over this May all your days be full of cheer.
Those are jingle bells.
Yep. Which totally fit the reindeer and opens like that and opens like that.
Very nice.
So this would be another one. You could put a gift card right down here, would be a fun little thing, or you could put it there. But if you're putting your note, you can always notice all these fun little things. Okay. And another gorgeous card with the reindeer. I just love that in the red plaid. This looks to me like a hanging, like it belongs in the den, the den of a hunter. Kathy Johnson. And I love her inside too. So many talents. Yes, there are. And to just think that all of these people, I think this is one of the things that I love about what I do is that we can all use the same supplies or our own supplies would do a similar idea. And we get all these different ideas. I just think it's fun. Change your paper, change your card.
We're not even.
I know. I told him to settle in tonight. We never do long ones, but I said it was time to do a long one because we've done a bunch of short ones.
Our supper's in the oven.
Okay. Joey Hartman. And again, we just have a couple papers here. And this is the kind of card where it's folded and then folded back on itself. And isn't that pretty? And this time this is done with glimmer paper. Mm-hmm. I really like those holly and berries from there.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of use out of that. We might have to do this in 2 parts. No, we won't. But and then there are gifts in here. So now these gifts would be great for birthday cards or anything else, because this whole thing could come off and be a birthday card thing. And I just think that is just really fun too. That's Leslie Bumgarner. And here we have, I think what's fun about this, I love this. This is the old-fashioned paper we're coming up to. But this is stamped and cut, but it's just on beige paper, not colored in. And I always love pointing that out because you really don't need to color things in. I think that's just really a striking look with all these colors together. I like that. Oh, and I like how she put the tree right at the end of the words there. This is Kathy Miller. And we have another, look at this is another one from Kathy Morgan. Oh, and this is the card where it's just flipped down. Just that front is flipped down over. And now the holly's put down here under him. Oh, fun. I love that. Very cool. Let's do this one side by side here. Because look at this. We have that same top part again. The deer peeking out, the presents and that blue plaid, but all a change in colors. Very cool. Betty Weisbrook. So those are fun. Oh, another ornament card. We're back to that because that does look like an ornament. And so this is that same thing. And I love how she's got the deer in there. She's just centered it. So you see the deer, the reindeer trimming the tree. How cute. And this is Jan McClurg. Oh, and I found a couple out of place. So we're just going to pretend we're not moving back. But remember when we did those trees? Here's another one. There's the outside of the tree and then the beautiful inside. Do you remember about 15 minutes ago?
And that looks more like a skeleton.
It does.
Just the whiteness.
It does.
Blue or whatever it is.
Yeah, it does. But that's really a cool look. And that is Candace Johnson.
It was inspired by Halloween.
But very fun. And then this one I also just love with those trees done with that paper on the other side. And this is Terry Gaines. And then the last one. And we saw the one that was watercolored. This one is like also watercolored, but in a whole different way. So a whole different look. Oh, I'm thinking this, I was going to say it was blending brush, but when I look at this, no, it looks like watercolor, just the way it's dried. So look at all the cool looks you can get just using an embossing folder. This is Jan Rodrian. Okay, Timothy, we're moving on.
28.
We'll see. Okay.
It's right by you.
Sentimental Christmas. And this is the one. Yep. This is the one that for every paper bought, $3 is donated to children's literacy. So it's always kind of fun when they do something. This is a beautiful set. I absolutely love these papers. Okay, so here is one. Let's celebrate the season. And you can see these candles are from another stamp set in here. But you could also take candles from here. Okay, that's what I was thinking at first. I would just fussy cut them from there and put in there. But I really like the vintage look of these. This whole set, this is Leela Meinke. This whole set reminds me of working at my dad's store growing up, because this was the kind of Christmas papers and things that we had. And here we have the little tag die again. And these look like those hard Christmas candies, that in those. Did you have those growing up, Tim?
Oh, yes.
Every now and then I see them now, but I don't see them out on display as much. But that's fun.
The ribbons.
Yes, ribbons.
Yes.
Peppermint ribbons. Oh. Sandy Carlson. And then how adorable are this vintage? This really reminds me. I look at this and I can just see wrapping paper from then. I think that is so pretty. And this is Kim Vogel. This is Carmen McNamara, and it's a box card done that way. How pretty is that? Mm-hmm. So it folds flat and it pulls up like that.
And I went to a one-room country schoolhouse, and we got bags of nuts and candies from probably from our teacher. Mm-hmm. And they always
had that.
Yep.
Yeah. This was when we did on Thursday. We did a whole bunch of these with the vintage. So I have a video on mass producing cards like this. And I did it because it just reminded me of the vintage cards. But I just wanted to point out that's the same paper. And it's just so fun that you can just get these fun little looks from that. And then we have this one. And now you'll see there is a stocking and die and stuff here, but there's also stockings. Weren't there stockings down here? Yeah, stockings right here that can also be die cut or cut out. And I thought, how cool is that? So this is Marianne Grimmer. Okay, I think those are the ones that we had tons with. So now we'll go. 32. I'm skipping this because we've just been doing a lot with Nests of Winter, and most of those would not need to be Christmas.
Page 32.
So we have just a couple of these. I have lots of cards with these. I just have a couple that actually said Christmassy things. So we're just going to look at those. Season's Greetings, how simple, how cute and fast that is. Tammy Ickerson. And another one, just a circle on the plaid with the Season's Greetings. And this looks like it could be turned into a snow globe, but they just did it this way and then added the little tree. So I think that's cute. That's missing. This is a fun idea for using a punch like this. So you can see this one is punched in and they're the words. This is Susie Wood. And then there's three more pieces here that are put off the edges, but they're all the same punch. So they're just creating a fun background with that and then adding the little penguin. Carolyn says, fun to hear about memories about candy. Oh, add your memories too, because we just love memories. And I think
We just love candy.
yeah, love this card. Oh, this is one. This is one. We did a whole Thursday based on this. This was a card I got from Jennifer Cotton that I just loved with the torn edges. So on a Thursday, so I have a project sheet on this on my website too. But I just love that torn, and I just love how she did the whole snow globe.
And you see who it's from?
Yes, Jennifer Cotton.
Okay.
Jean is saying, Tim, she did too after the school program. We got our bag with an orange, peanuts, and hard candies. Yes. We did that at our church program when I was little.
Yes.
Oh, how fun.
Yes, it was an orange in there too.
And that was a big deal because we didn't get a lot of things back in the day. Oh, how fun.
Yep.
And then this, I just wanted to show, this is just this paper. Look how pretty this is, just done with strips. And the third one has the message. This could be done. I just love this layout. This could be done with any paper. Wouldn't need to be Christmas. And then we have that plaid in the background. This is Lynn Feldkamp. I'm putting it up on me once. You know, we're starting.
Putting on us.
Yes, because then you're supposed to come back and snuggle in, you know. We are reinventing our podcast that we did a long, long time ago with our son and grandson. And part of it is to share our stories and other stories. I just love how stories ripple, but it's things like that. And it's around Christmas. And that's one reason we do love to hear your stories. We love to pass them on. We love to read through. And I go through and read all those kinds of things to Tim. So anyway, it's just kind of fun. Sherry says her mom used to make cookie houses with her classes using social tea cookies and a cereal box. Oh, interesting. Oh, isn't it fun? So see, we could just talk, and we love stories. And Patricia says she always got a bag of hard candy on Christmas with a gift. Okay, we're not doing this one either because that would need to be. So let's see. We're going to go on.
Next, or should I tell you?
Yeah, no, it's not autumn. It's not this. Oh, it's going to be this.
Page 40.
40 and 41. Okay, so here we have a couple. These are, and I did point out a couple other cards along the way. These are some really fancy dies. So here you'll see that same vintage paper, but I wanted to point out the pretty little dies. And these dies, of course, would not need to be Christmas. So they could have, when they have winter wishes, love and joy, but it could also be happy birthday or anything. They're just kind of fun. What am I saying?
We have so many left.
Okay.
You said that
we've never done this. I think Tim might be hungry. We were just realizing, he said, have we eaten since breakfast right before we went on? And I said, no. And look at this one, warm and cozy. Oh, did I check for a name on that one? Janice Waitman. And this one is Holly Sutton. And I love, see, it's a flat card. And look at that, warm and cozy. It just fits the candles. And then moving right over to this page, I love the light of the year dies. And we have that same paper with the candles and then a candle in here. I think, how cool is that? And this die is from the autumn paper that had, you know, you've seen them turned into little purses and fun things. So it's really a cute look, but I love that. I think that's really fun. That's Amy's story. And then here's another one where it's popped up like this, a bookbinding card. Really lovely. And I love how the words are up there. This is put down here. This is Michelle Baranek. And this one with the holly. And then just that pretty, you know, colored in like the light is just glowing at night. And then this is half of a punch. You know, you can stamp your word and then put your punch and just get part of it. So it's not all on there and it's just beautiful. And that is Tree Westerman.
That's pretty.
Okay.
Patty says, inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. That's tonight's chatting over cards. That's so true. Oh, the decorated trees. It's good that we already did those. I was thinking they were an online one, but they're in here. I missed those, but we've already covered those. Now we're going to go to Christmas Friends. And okay, Tim, I'll speed it up a little, but see, I could sit and do this all night, or you're doing good. This is so
I'm doing
cute.
great.
So we've got this little thing here. We've got all these adorable animals, and look at these dies. So how cute, the little mouse singing. But we had somebody come out and kind of mouse proof our house, fill up all the holes and stuff the other day. I don't really want mice. They're not really my favorite thing, but anyway, but how cute that singing mouse is. Adorable. This is Janice Charbonneau. And then we have this adorable polar bear. Have a very Merry Christmas. And this is the same punch that we saw on the other card. And you can just see how it's all kinds of punches put in a row like a quilt. This is Tracy Bauer. This is the same bear. And now there's a blue sky with the snow and the white snow here. And I think that's just really cute too. This is Lisa Miltakis. I'm going to do another one. This paper, and I think this is so cute. This is a gatefold card with, oh no, it's not gatefold. Do you see how it could be? Yeah, I love that about cards. This could be, I was thinking it was gatefold and folded in the middle, but it's cut off. And so many cards can look alike, but there's little twists. I'm really excited about what we're going to make on Thursday because it's just a little twist on a traditional card that we've made many times. So if you're on my newsletter list, you will get the supply list tomorrow, but you'll want to join us for that. But this is, oh, this lost his thing that I made this. I don't even remember. I just remember sitting coloring all the skies. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. And let's see. I'll cover a few more here. And this was colored in to be brown. I love that too.
Ooh, I like that.
This is Betty Weisbrook.
I love that red. It's just straight.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the matching.
Yep.
bow.
Yep. And then here we have, this is perfect because you can not color in a lot of this. The bear can just be pretty white in the little Merry Christmas there.
A polar bear.
Carol Slack. And now let's go to this moose. I think this moose is adorable. And have an ice Christmas that comes from another stamp set in here that we'll get to.
Ice skates.
But I love how it's colored too, but he's got ice skates on. So isn't that perfect? Have an ice Christmas. I think that's so cute. And this is a card like this. If this were left open, this would be a great place to stick a photo or a gift card too. But I love that.
Who's that from?
Oh, this is Linda Cullen. And then this one, I'll do this side by side. This one is not colored in. It's just stamped on crumb cake and just the antlers and the skates are covered in. So I just love all those different ways of coloring. And this is Darla Watson. And one more. This one's colored in with more intensity than this. Isn't it fun? They're all colored in different ways. I think that's just, oh, and look at the cute little wreath thing going over that. Oh, and this is a gift holder like that other one that we saw. It slides up and down, so your gift card would go in here. That's really fun. Love that. That is Marilyn Wheeler. Perfect. Marilyn, another team member. And then there's the little owl. Got to show the little owl. Happy holidays. And this is Julie Salva. The one thing I wanted to point out about this is the moose one, which is my favorite in the bunch. Again, I would use for Christmas, winter cards, birthday cards, fun cards that way, because it doesn't need to be Christmas. All right, next. I know some of you have to leave. You'll just have to come back and watch the part 2.
Page 44.
Okay. We have 44, and this is Hang an Ornament.
We don't get kicked
And
off
it's
at a
another
certain
one.
time, do we?
I don't think we do anymore. There used to be a time when we did. I have 3 lovely cards with this Hang an Ornament. And you can make this so it'd be an ornament you could pull off the card too. So it's like a little gift on the card. But these are just stunning. This is one of the pre-done sets of cards and envelopes you can get. And I love how, let's see who this is. This is Kathy Parlitzis. I love how she took 2 strips. Do you see these 2 strips there? It kind of fits into the golds and greens. And then we have the fancy ornament there. I just love the whole shape and look of that card. I kind of have to hold it out so you can see that part. But I think that is just really pretty. And then this is another green one. And so this has the just for you. This just has the little gold thing across. And then the words down here. Both of these are just stunning. I think they are just lovely cards. This is Chris Waddell. And then this one has 3 different ones, and they're all done a little differently. So we've got the little holly on those 2, but you see we've got the little strip there. We have the words there, and here we have this little piece right there. So all trimmed a little differently. And then with the gray and the cherry cobbler, this is Linda Huning, another team member. So very fun. This, the inspiration. Rebecca says when her dad drove school bus at Christmas, she would help him put an apple, an orange, and a popcorn ball. Oh, I remember those in a brown paper bag for the bus kids. So I might have snuck a popcorn ball or two. I love that. Okay, so we have two here with the snowflake dies. This is Lussie Bumgarner, and this is back with that wintry paper that was held over. I just love those trees and the color. I think this is, and again, I would make this for me non-Christmas just because I don't need that many Christmas cards. To me, this speaks anything winter, but it is a gorgeous layout. And same with this. Hope you have the merriest season ever. Olds like this, and this is Jennifer Rogue.
Very nice.
So very nice cards there. Next.
Oh, we still got more?
Yes. And we have a lot of house cards.
That's right. No.
Waiting for Tim. But I left those two because most
Page
of those could
46
be
and 47.
non-Christmas. So we'll cover those another day. But this set is adorable. This is the, I absolutely love Mrs. Claus. I think that is so cute. And then Baking Spirits Bright. That's on here. How cute would this be with either a gift card or if you make things like gingerbread cookies, banana breads, spice cakes. I love that. And you're going to notice this is that same kind of layout we were talking about earlier. We've got that part and then the longer part, but all done smaller on the card. So when you start noticing that, but I just love the bright colors here. It just makes such a happy card. This is Becky Brunton. And I just love it done in Granny Apple Green because I would typically think of doing the darker. Anyway, I love that contrast. Oh, and here we have Mrs. Claus again, totally done in different colors. It's just so fun. Here they look like a match set here. So see, they really belong together.
I think it is.
Yeah, but I mean, they're dressing. They're dressing alike. Match set. No, I meant, like if we were both into wearing the same plaid shirt, kind of thing.
If we're Mr. and Mrs. Claus,
Kathy Miller
would be wearing the uniform.
And then this one, I thought this was such a cute idea too. Look at this with two of the punches side by side and she's in the middle. I thought, I love that. Okay. And this has lost its name. And then we have two that have the cookies. So how fun would this be to give with cookies? So
ginger.
Baking Spirits Bright. And we've got the strips up top and the little tiny peppermint candies. They both did the little peppermint candies. I love this little peeking at the bottom. This is Amanda Van Havermat. And this, we have the plaid. Oh, and peeking out the bottom. How fun. Linda Cullen. Oh, how fun. That is so cool. Next. We have Artful Amaryllis here. And now again, this is a set that I'll probably have another one or two that aren't Christmas, but I'll show the Christmas ones tonight. As I do think that these are just beautiful. Wishing you a bright and beautiful Christmas. That is so pretty with the dies. And then, who was this? This was Kelly Burkhart. And then this one shows the stamps and cut out. So the stamped images and bright and beautiful Christmas in there. Look at this pretty little, this looks Scandinavian to me too. Yep. This little part down at the bottom. And this has lost its name. Okay. This one we'll wait on. Now we're into autumn. We'll see what else is Christmas. Okay. Page 52. And here is the Have a Nice Christmas. Oh, I saw a card up there. Hope your holidays are sweet would also be a fun, like inside of the card or with the Mrs. Claus. I mean, just how perfect with that. But these are really, really cute. Look at this fun little guy. I love how this is colored. And this is with that vintage paper again. I'm telling you. And these kids look like, they're not like the Campbell kids, but remember those? But they're kind of from that era. They look like that to me. I just thought that was just really cute and always love hanging with you. Jennifer Rogue. And then this one, this is Mary Ellen Stites. And I think she is just adorable. And this Hope Your Holidays Are Sweet is that sitting there eating cookies. That is just so cute. And then this is Have a Nice Christmas. We saw that with the moose and the skates, which is just perfect. And look how adorable this is. This set really grew on me. When I first saw it, I wasn't sure, but I love it. And I love how she's done the 3, actually it's 4, circles and putting this together. How pretty is that? This is Colette Thiesenwitz. See, we're getting to the end now, Tim.
Oh,
we don't have much left.
Okay.
Not quite. And then this page, I only have one with one card with this page, but it's gorgeous. These, when I look at these would make really fun gift tags too, if you're making gift tags. But isn't this pretty? Fa la la. Love the coloring. Love the paper choices. Just love this whole card. And this is Linda Pagel. Just think that's just really pretty.
Mahalo.
Okay. And
Page 55.
Surfing Santa. This is Cindy Bauman from Hawaii, which makes sense. And so this is a shadow box card. So again, it's going to fold flat and be a regular size, but when you put it up, how stinking cute is that? Your daisy is sunny and bright. So there we are. Santa's off on this thing. I think that is so fun. And so is this Santa on the surfboard. I think both of these are so cute. And and this one, no, I was going to say this one could flip up, but it doesn't. But but it could. Melissa Faust. And I love the 1, 2, 3. You see the different sections here too. So we have like the water, but those are just so fun. His swimming trunks are just adorable. Yeah, Juanita says, you guys are on late tonight. Yes, we are.
Page 56, 57. 50.
Just in a mood to be
This is the
Christmassy.
last bunch.
Okay, this is the last. Okay. Up here, we have Yuletide Village. And we have this. This is fun because you can just build pictures with. And now, I think this is just really lovely. And this is Lisa Miltakis, also on my team. And I love this one. You see this vintage paper just showing up over and over again. But you see the church put right here. Now, I would use this church. I think this would be a really fun wedding card, a wintry wedding card, because, with the snow. Of course, it's got the wreath, so I guess it does make it Christmassy. And it's got that little peace and joy. I thought that's really pretty. And Candy Rattray. And then this has been very popular. This has just been, and I love this Shepherd's Care. So if you do religious cards, this is that lovely gold paper from the beginning of the catalog. Just love how that's put in. And there's no coloring in here, no shading. This is the stamp. It has all that richness to it. Isn't it beautiful? It does. It's just stunning. And the little piece on earth, Janice Waitman. And here, this time it is stamped on this paper, but the reverse side, so it does not have the metallic, and then it's put on another piece with metallics. So isn't that cool? Fun idea, but it's using those same papers. And this is Margaret Van Vliet. Now let's totally change color. And look how rich it is with that color. And then she's just blended in kind of on the bottom here. And I like this wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, and then the Prince of Peace fits right across. And that's all
Which is
right there.
Name of a lot of Lutheran churches. Prince of Peace.
Yep. Amy Rich. And this one, these are all gorgeous. And they're all, look how simple they are. And I love how simple this is. This is just one color ink here like that. And it opens like this. And we have Colleen Magnus. And then we have Carol Rosengren. And with another panel card holding out like that. So we ran late tonight, but this was so fun covering all the winter cards. How fun. We are so glad to have you here with us. Let me know if you need anything. And on Thursday, we're going to do something fun all together. But meanwhile, I really, I'll talk about my dad's store later. I love the questions. I love to come back and read your comments. And let's hear about cards. Think back to either when you were a child or in your adult life, getting any card that really touched you at Christmas, or a card that you've made and the recipient, it just kind of made their day. And that's such a rich feeling we get back for making a difference.
I got to say something.
Yeah.
When she was younger, she could think, talk, and read and do a couple of other things all at one time. But she's getting older. So
yeah, Frida says all these beautiful cards, just endless possibilities. And I love that we all dwell in the land of possibilities together, and that we encourage each other, and that wherever we are with our card making things, there is a whole world out there to show our care to. So thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.